What's up, everybody? Destin Legary here, and I am with David. David, you're working on Killer Instinct.
Absolutely, man.
Yeah, who are you showing us today?
We're going to show Jago first here.
Okay. And why don't you tell us a little bit about the character and how he works?
Yeah, okay. So Jago is the Tibetan warrior in the game. He's sort of our balanced character, so he's sort of good at everything. He's got good throws. He can shadow cancel his throws. He's got good normals. He's just the all-around balanced character. He's got options against everyone.
Okay.
So we're gonna
what better stage than his own?
So this is the Tiger's Lair, where Jago goes to sort of contemplate and meditate on life.
What's up with his sword, a new sword and outfit?
So, good question. So the sword is actually based on a Tibetan sword design. We really sort of wanted to be authentic with the character, and you know, he is sort of the Tibetan warrior, so we went with an actual sword. Likewise, the costume is sort of a new design, and the goal here was to really sort of show off that Jago has sort of gone through a difficult time, and he's contemplating life, and while he did that, he's in the temple and has basically torn down the temple to create his own costume.
Oh, okay.
So you see, like, the pants are just like the sort of cloth in the background. He's taken ropes from the area and sort of created a new sash for himself.
His knees have teeth.
Yeah, so you can see the sort of tiger knee pads, and as he goes up and down, they'll open and close in various attacks. So it's sort of a cool little thing.
Cool. All right, well, let's get into the combat. How does he work?
So Jago has 4 different specials. So one of his most, I think one of my favorite specials of his is the wind kick. So the wind kick will close distance.
How do you do it? Down and away?
It's quarter circle back in any kick.
Okay.
So what's cool about it is it's also a low crush move. So like if I'm doing lots of these low sort of pokes, Rich can go over that. So it's a good way to sort of stop the low forward pressure that you see a lot of people pulling.
Cool.
What's also nice about it, when I throw a fireball, you can shadow through fireball. So every move, when you do a shadow version of it, and a shadow version you do by doing the special with 2 buttons, gains different properties. And the wind kick gains the ability to go through fireballs. Boom. Another cool thing about it is also throwing vulnerable. So if he's pulling pressure on me, sorry, if I'm pulling pressure on him, let him get some meter. And then I go for a tick throw. It's throwing vulnerable.
Oh, okay. Nice.
Sweet. So other specials of his are the Endo Kuken. So different speeds go different power levels go different speeds. So light goes slow, medium goes a little bit faster, and the faster one goes, the heavy goes pretty darn fast. Just like other moves, you can EX version it. Oh shoot, shadow version.
That's okay. That's okay. We're all fighting game fans here.
All right, let's go on to another special. So a big one for him is the Tiger Fury. So that's you do a dragon punch motion in any punch. And it's got invulnerability on startup, so it's great like on knockdown. You can sort of stop the pressure.
Nice.
Great way to sort of get out of jail.
Yeah.
The shadow version, which will show, you can juggle off of. Which is nice also.
Yeah.
And it's a great way, like if you do sort of a big combo into a launcher with like laser blade, you can catch with it also. So it's a good way to sort of extend combos and get some nice damage.
Now, one new thing we saw today, before you go into that ultra, was shadow cancel?
Shadow counters. So
yeah.
For people who played previous KI, like KI2, there was an RPS system, and that was how you sort of got out of being locked down. What we did was sort of create a different option here. It's called a shadow counter, and basically what you can do is you can cancel... You can cancel your block stun into a counter animation. So you'll pull up this counter animation. If you get hit again while you're in that, you'll automatically perform a shadow counter.
All right, cool. Let's see that.
Okay, so build up some meter. So now if Rich does do that into a heavy laser blade. So there's a timing element to it. The key is to know, like, when is he at the end of his block string? And when he's at the end of the block string, what you want to do is enact it. Here, Rich, I'll do it to you. You want to enact it just as the last hit is going to hit. So, because if the next attack follows up very quickly, it'll stuff your shadow counter. So it's not a freebie. You have to know, you have to be in the mind of your opponent and know what he's trying to do.
So it's a pretty technical move, actually.
Yeah, it's pretty technical, but once you get used to it, you know, people have patterns, and especially when they're doing block strings, this forces you to mix up your block string. And we love it just because it's like an aggressive option, right? When you're getting rushed down, we don't want people to just have to block and wait for an opening. Now you can create an opening, and it's a big, I mean, you go from being in a block string to being in a combo, so it's a huge shift in momentum.
Cool. Well, why don't you show us some medium difficulty combos that you've discovered so far with the character?
Sweet. So one of my favorites are the wind kicks. So you can do wind kick into a double, use it as a linker, and then I like going into a launcher. And then the Tiger Fury we talked about, one more time, and then the last one. Boom.
Nice.
So
that was
48%.
Damage,
but use both my shadow meters. But
yeah. So your shadow meters are going to give a lot of damage to the other player.
Yes. But there's a little bit of a game there because they give you a ton of damage in a combo, but you can also use them as openers. And like we talked, the shadow openers have some really important properties, right? So it's a question of, do I want it to start the hit, or do I want to use it once I get the hit to get maximum damage?
Okay. And a lot of people have seen this already, but you got his instinct mode. What are some interesting ways that you can use that?
So some of the obvious ways, I'll go here.
Just
if Rich is blocking.
Heal.
If Rich is blocking and I like start a Tiger Fury and realize he's blocking, I can cancel the recovery of the Tiger Fury to make it safe. Okay. Otherwise, I would have flown up and been punished. I can cancel it. So you can basically cancel the recovery of any move and make it safe. So that's huge. The other thing it does is it makes all your moves more positive. So it's easier to pull off manuals while you're doing it.
And a manual, for those who don't know, is just like you open with the kick and then you hit another button?
No, manual.
That's an auto double.
Yeah, so an auto double is after the auto double, just for review. So anytime Rich does an opener here, the next hit after the opener is going to be an auto double if you sort of cancel it or hit it early. If you hit it late with timing, then like what you just saw there with the low short, then it's a manual. Manuals are obviously much more timing specific, so they're a little more difficult to pull off, but they're much harder to break. So I think a nice balance there. So that's the shadow laser blade into a launcher, and then double roundhouse uppercut.
Okay. Is there anything else you'd like to show us with Jago?
Yeah, I think one big thing for him here you're seeing around the world. So Jago, that's sort of his custom mechanic in a combo. He can go from heavy to medium to light and keep going around the world. What's neat about that is almost all your damage in combos comes from the ender, right? So to get the most potential damage, you've got to do as many doubles as you can. What that means is you can just keep doing them rather than having to go to a linker to get the next double. So it's sort of a pretty cool mechanic for Jago.
Cool.
One other really cool thing, we'll do one more here with Jago.
Okay.
Is Jago can shadow cancel his throws. So if Rich beats on me here a little bit to get meter.
Is he the only character that can do that?
Yeah.
Okay. Good to know.
So if he throws here, if you input a shadow move early, you can cancel the throw into it. And you can do any shadow move. So here he'll launch with the laser blade and then follow up.
Cool. It looks like he changed the, was that a...
Yeah, so the new counter effects, what you saw at E3 is basically we had sort of a rock formation sort of fly at the screen.
Yeah.
Now it's a lightning sort of effect on counter hit. There you go.
Nice.
So we just want it to be really, noticeable when you get a counter hit, so you know that you've got the extra properties of counter hit. Counter hit in our game adds some damage and also some extra advantage on counter hit. So there's some combos that you can start with counter hit that you wouldn't be able to otherwise.
Cool. Any last things?
Yeah, just two last things.
Okay.
I just want to cover it all,
Yeah.
One move that I want people to use, because we're not seeing it as much, is the forward roundhouse. So this is his pressure move. It's a double hitting roundhouse. What's great about it is it moves you forward, it's positive on block, and you can cancel into any special move. So It's just a great way to pressure your opponent. It's a great way to build meter, because like we said, meter's built when people are blocking. So great move, one of his command moves. And then the other thing that we'll talk about is his other command move, and that's back heavy punch. That's his overhead. And the overhead can be canceled into any special. So and start a full combo off of it.
Cool.
And then last thing real quick is just the enders. So every special that Jago has can also be turned into an ender by doing a combo and then doing the heavy punch version of it at the end of the combo. Rich will show you here now the Endo Kuken ender. What's special about this one is that it gives you meter back. That was a laser blade. Laser blade's a launcher. The Endo Kuken is a what we call a battery ender, so it gets you meter back. The wind kick one, which he'll show here in a sec, will cause wall splat if I'm in the corner. Oh, no. Why don't you do it, Rich? I just died, but that'll wall splat as you see there. And then the Tiger Fury is the big damage one. So every ender has sort of a different purpose. We wanted to not just make it for show, but to actually give the players a reason to do that.
Awesome. Well, that was a great overview of Jago. Can we end on one more match where you show me the best ultra you can do now?
The best ultra I can do.
Yeah.
Okay, let's do that.
All right, so while he's beating you up, so what are the chances of us ever seeing returns of like no mercies or humiliations or any other things you could do at the end of the game?
Well, so we heard a lot from the fan base on how important that is. We're listening, and we're still developing the game, and stay tuned. We'll see what gets in.
All right. Pretty vague.
There have been no announcements
Definitely,
yet.
maybe.
Definitely,
they will be in Killer Instinct. All right. Here's the big challenge. Don't drop it.
Oh no, live.
All right.
Go.
Oh no! You didn't even activate it. All right. So that was your attempt. Let's see what Rich can do. All right, Dave. You had your chance. This is Rich's third attempt to beat your 103 with the magic of editing, Rich.
The magic.
Let's see what you got.
All right. Let's see if you can actually show me up. So here you see Rich using heavy auto doubles. The key to that is it gives you the most hits while minimizing KV, so you don't knock out the person. You also see him using the shadow linkers. Those don't add KV, so you get 5 free hits.
There's the Ultra.
Now he's into
We're
Ultra.
up in the 40s already.
Notice
50s.
the meter being built during Ultra, and he forgot to cancel it.
Yeah, you know what? I'm not doing that.
All right.
I keep dropping them.
So Dave,
Dave,
you remain champion
103, baby.
with 103. Thanks, you guys. That was our look at Jago, and for more on Killer Instinct, you know where to keep it locked. IGN. What's up, everybody? Destin Legary here for IGN, and I am here with Dave.
Yep, Dave
How's it
Verfine.
going? And the guy getting beat up, or doing the beating up, Rich.
Filthy
He
Rich.
doesn't have a mic on, so he has to shout loudly. All right, so we're going to look at Sabrewulf. Now, while you're selecting Sabrewulf, why don't you tell us a little bit about your design choices with the character?
So, Sabrewulf, we really wanted to sort of capture the animal that is within him, and also sort of allude to the fact that, he is trying to regain his humanity. So you will see the bionic arms are now gone, and in its place you're going to see sort of lots of sort of medical equipment around, and even in his arms you're going to see bandages and sort of needles coming in. So.
Oh, there's a taunt.
Yeah.
Was that a taunt right off the bat?
Back button, a little taunt for every character. Sabrewulf's got his sort of classic howl. So in terms of gameplay...
Also, this is his stage.
Yeah. So, first time this has really been seen. The Alchemical Lab is what we're calling it. This is where Sabrewulf goes to sort of do his experiments to try to regain his humanity.
Cure himself from lycanthropy.
Exactly.
I don't know why I know these character stories so much.
Well, I just saw your KI1 book.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
it's because you grew up with it, man.
Yeah. All right, so why don't you tell us a little bit about his combat? Like, what are his openers? What are his enders?
Sort of just at a high level first, he is definitely a rushdown character.
Yeah.
So you'll see he's got the quickest dash in the game. You see Rich going dash crazy. You can actually dash through the character, so that creates some crazy mix-ups. So, like on knockdown, if Rich gets a sweet knockdown.
A little bit like Blanca's hop.
Yeah, a little bit like that. But the speed and distance it covers is just a bit bigger.
Yeah.
So that forms a big part of it. Probably his most important special for mix-up is the run. So Rich can start the run, that's back, forward, and kick will start the run. Any kick starts the run the same way.
Yeah.
And then each kick button out of the run will do something different. So he's going to do the light kick first, that's called the hamstring. That hits low. It'll also go under
That's
fireballs.
like his old roll.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then back, forward, medium punch is the...
You mean medium kick?
Sorry, medium kick is the leaping slash. So that's an overhead.
Yeah.
So what you've got here is obviously the mix-up now. Am I going to go low with the hamstring or high with the leaping slash? So
And Fierce, just like in the original, it's his little uppercut.
exactly, and that's a great launcher. And Rich has got some filthy launch combos with that.
Oh, jeez.
Ooh, pretty.
Oof, 36%. Not bad, Rich.
So what's nice about the run is you can actually 2-in-1 into the run and almost instantly do it. So if I'm blocking, boom, that's really hard to block, right?
Cool.
Like what's he going to do off the 2-in-1? Go
Yeah,
low or
and that's
high?
just the way toward mid-mid really quick,
Yep,
right?
exactly.
Yeah.
And there, I'm blocking low. Oh, I got it every time. So other big specials for him is Eclipse. This is sort of his anti-air and anti-cross-up. So if I
That's down, up, and Fierce punch?
any punch. So different punches have different startup speeds and slightly different vulnerabilities. So if I score a knockdown on Rich and I try to do some, sort of jump type thing, he can nail it. And here's the shadow version of it. So
Nice.
2-button shadow version. Ton of invulnerability. Great sort of get off and move for him. Let's do one more here and we'll talk about his last special.
Okay.
So Ragged Edge is sort of his pressure special. It moves him forward, hits twice.
That's like his old spinning claw.
Yeah, it's sort of
Yeah.
the modernization of that. It's a great way to build meter. So like if Rich does the magic chain or anything into that, great way to build meter or start a combo.
Yeah. He also has a way in Fierce, right?
Yeah.
That's his other...
So that's that's his command move, and you can do that really quick, or you can charge it. And at maximum charge, I was blocking it. It's unblockable.
Wow.
So, and it's really neat. Like against a Jago player, a lot of times when you do that, they'll like instinctively DP, but since you're far enough away, it won't hit, and then you can
You also
crush
got
them
a
on the
quick
way
dash.
down.
Can you dash out of it?
You can't dash cancel.
Oh,
You
okay,
can
okay.
instant cancel it though. So
Okay.
there are options. The last thing to cover, I mentioned briefly, is
Godlike.
Yeah,
Nice.
that's
Nicely
okay.
done.
is he's got a magic chain, so you can do light, medium, heavy, and it'll all cancel into each other. And then on the heavy, you can cancel that into any special. Oh, nice combo, Rich. Another cool thing with him is once you're in combo, he can do something called rapid doubles. So where Jago had around the world, Sabrewulf has rapid doubles. And what that is basically just hitting the same auto double over and over. And you see it sort of gets faster and faster.
Yeah.
And you create a ton of potential damage. So you'll see on the screen, if Rich does that once more, the little green blips under the KV meter. Those show the level of ender you're going to get. So this is brand new, actually. We didn't even have this in the E3 build. So,
cool.
what that means is basically as each one fills, he's going to do that many hits in the ender. So if one blip's filled, it'll be a one-hit ender.
wow.
And you saw with the rapid doubles.
He dropped that too, and it was still 36%.
Yeah. So with the rapid doubles, you build up a ton of potential damage and you can get that level 4 ender real quick.
That's cool. That's deadly. Well, is there anything else you want to go over with the character?
I think that's sort of the core of him, man. The key, I think, for him, is mix-up and keeping on pressure. So you've got to be quick with your dash mix-ups, quick with your run mix-ups, and then use his buttons, man. He's got the best buttons in the game. His normals are amazing. Crouching medium punch, his sort of low swipe, has amazing range, 6-frame startup, probably the best
43.
normal in the game. Oh yeah, one other thing, obviously, instinct mode. So what is Sabrewulf's instinct mode? Sabrewulf's instinct mode.
Can you do it so I can put the pressure on Rich later to do the best ultra combo he
Okay,
can?
I'll do it.
All right.
So first, just look at this because it's absolutely beautiful. I'm the blue Sabrewulf here in the middle of the screen. When I enact it, look at the size of his arms. Like he not only does he become stronger from a gameplay standpoint, visually, he just amps up. Boom, look at those
Cool.
shoulders, man. Like, he is just big
Cool.
time now. So the two big gameplay benefits once I've got this is if Rich is blocking, you'll notice that my normals are doing chip damage,
yeah.
even though, normals don't normally do that. It's sort of the benefit of his instinct mode. It works well with him as a rushdown character.
Cool.
The other thing is he gets a big 25% damage boost. So
That's always nice.
mode, yeah, and it works well, so when you're Sabrewulf, you enact it, put down the pressure.
All right. All right. Well, we started with Jago. Let's see what we can get for an ultra with Sabrewulf.
Let me give him a little more damage so he gets instinct meter here.
No pressure, Rich.
Oh, yeah, we gotta talk about that.
About the Jago incident?
No, so what Rich was showing off there was break anything, right? So that's something new also from E3 that we're showing off.
Oh, okay.
Now you can break anything, and one of the coolest things to break is a Shadow Linker.
Oh, okay.
And how that works is I'll actually do one here against Rich. Oh, sorry. So on hit stop, if you hit any two buttons of the same power, you get like 1 point, and you hear him go 1, 2, 3.
Oh.
Right? So if you do 3 in a row right, then you get the break of the Shadow Linker.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah.
But you got to be like bam, bam, bam.
Well, it depends on the cadence of
Yeah.
the shadow, right? Like, so now I'm going to do Ragged Edge. We're going to put Rich to the spot again.
I'm dead. So
He can't do it because he's dead. I'll give it one more try. Block so I get a little bit meter. All right, here we go.
I believe in myself.
No.
That's so hard. That one's really hard.
The timing on that's really tough.
All right.
But what's great about it, even the leaping slash one, which was a bit easier, the thing I can always do is I can always bluff out of it, right? So there's always an option.
All right, Rich, you got 16 seconds left. Is that enough time to get in that ultra?
For me, I can do it.
Rich is pretty confident here.
Yeah. All right, there's
Okay,
danger.
10 seconds.
See what you got.
So using the rabbit doubles, another shadow. Into
There's
instinct.
ultra.
I'm sorry, ultra. Now he's going to instinct cancel before the launch. Back into combo. He got 2 meters from the ultra that he's going to use now. Now back into ultra. Oh yeah, he's still got
Or
1
not.
meter.
I was, man.
You got time to try that one more time if you want.
I was rough.
You were robbed,
I
actually.
nailed that part.
Just damage me, but speed it up, and I'll give you instinct mode with Vault Die.
You've
that was a
gotten
good
robbed every one.
That was actually a good one,
too.
though. That was a good one. He was going to hit that, and it was going to be big. I think I'm blaming it on the buttons.
They're too quiet. That's what's wrong.
I need my hat.
Just give me a quick alt die and back.
Jeez.
Oh, okay.
You ready? All right, Rich, no pressure. Let's see what you can do with Sabrewulf. The biggest ultra you got.
Nice.
All right, there's the ultra.
That was terrible.
So he could have used the 2 shadow stocks before.
All right.
He cancels, goes back in.
That's okay. You know, we'll just show double.
Now the Eclipse twice, once, twice, and now into a regular. Not bad,
All right, 72. Not bad, Rich. Well, thanks for showing us Sabrewulf, and for Born on the Character, you know where to keep it locked. IGN, of course. What's up, everybody? Destin Legary here from IGN. I'm here with David and Rich, who's not on mic.
Nope.
Sorry, I don't like to say hi. So we've been going through all the characters in Killer Instinct here at EVO, and the newest edition, Glacius, playable for the first time.
Absolutely, man. He is a blast to play.
Yeah, let's talk a little bit about his Jello neck. What's up with that?
That is not a Jello neck.
Yeah.
It is. It's basically how Glacius breathes. So sort of the inspiration here that we were taking is really trying to push the alien aspects of Glacius. He is an alien inside a suit, and you can also see some of the electricity,
I really
sort
like
of nano suit type vibe coming through.
Yeah, I like that a lot.
And once we get into game, you'll see he's big into sort of, using that technology to create ice as a way to do combat.
So if he takes off the nanosuit, is he just a puddle?
No, he'll be an alien exoskeleton inside.
Oh, okay. So that's part of him.
It is part of it.
All right. Well, let's see what he looks like in action. And we're also showing off his stage. There's his ship.
The crash site, that is Glacius's ship.
Well, do you think that's like an homage to 2? Or, well, you made the game. Hey, is that an homage to 2?
An homage to, and what you'll see is when we do the Ultra later, and Filthy is going to do an amazing Ultra combo with Glacius, guaranteed. You will see the engine start and a blizzard start, sort of like suggesting, hey, maybe Glacius does finally get to return home.
All right, cool. Well, why don't you tell us a bit about this guy? How does he work?
So,
Looks a little different. I don't remember those moves.
No, absolutely. So we have made some pretty radical adjustments to Glacius. Our big goal was to basically provide players with different gameplay styles. So what we were missing with KI is some of the other styles that are now popular, namely a ranged character. So that's what we went with for Glacius, and we thought sort of his ice constructs and his personality worked real well with it. So he is a real good sort of space controller range type character. So let's talk a little bit about his moves and how he sort of plays the range game. So here you see Rich doing the Ice Lance. That's forward medium punch, and that sort of forms the core of his game, right? So it's sort of a long distance poke, but what's special about it versus other maybe moves like that is that you can 2-in-1 into it. You can 2-in-1 off of it into a special move. So let's talk about his special moves. So a big one is Hail, so that's quarter circle back and punch. Different versions, so you saw the light stays very close to him, the medium a little bit further, and the heavy is basically full screen.
Now, does he have his ground punch move that makes the ball go?
No, so this sort of replaces that. So this is his projectile in the new KI.
And why did you make that choice?
Well, the choice was really to support the gameplay style we were going for. Since he has space control, we needed something that gave him a little more vertical control of the jumping space, right? So now with the heavy punch version, you can control that jumping space and make it hard for people to jump against you. So the other big special for him that he can do off the lance is the Shatter. So Shatter, based on which level you do, like if you do the close, it's going to be right nearby, the medium's a little further, and then the heavy's basically full screen almost.
Little icy.
Yeah, and you can see sort of the reminiscent puddle punch ice construct at the end of that. What's special about this move, the startup is pretty gratuitous, 27 frames, but it's unblockable. So if you get hit by this, even if I'm crouch blocking, boom, it blows that up. If I'm stand blocking, it blows that up.
So it's unblockable.
It is unblockable. But what you can do if you see it coming is jump out of the way, or if I can time my dashes, you could dash out of the way. Or any move with invulnerability, like Jago's Tiger Fury or things like that, would get through it. So there are ways to counter it, but it is a strong form of his mix-up, because like what Rich will do is he'll hit you with the Ice Lance, and then he'll either threaten a Hail or a Shatter, and you got to sort of guess what he can do.
All right. So one of my favorite moves he had, I don't mean to interrupt you, but was his puddle punch. Does he have that still?
Absolutely. Let's see it here.
Just say no and see what happens.
No, of course we wouldn't leave you. We wouldn't leave you hanging, Dustin.
Right.
So here's the puddle punch. In this version KI, it's quarter circle towards and kick. What's nice about it is the whole way down he's invulnerable. So it's sort of Glacius' opportunity to get people off him. It can also be used as a linker and ender. On the way up, though, he does have his vulnerable box in front of the attack, so it's not like completely invulnerable on attack.
Cool, and there's a shoulder dash that people might be missing.
Cold shoulder. So cold shoulder is back. It's quarter circle back and kick.
And kick?
And kick.
Okay, and the other one's quarter circle forward and kick.
Kick.
That's the same, isn't it?
The cold shoulder?
Yeah, the puddle punch.
No, puddle punch is the same. Cold shoulder is different.
Okay.
And again, all these moves can be EX'd. One of the nice things, sorry, shadow can be shadowed. One of the nice things about shadowing the cold shoulder is it becomes projectile invulnerable. So that can be pretty important to him. So another huge thing, everyone's got their sort of special combo mechanic. We've talked about we've talked about Jagos and Sabrewulfs. Glacius is that he can do ranged combos. So Rich will sort of start with a lance here, and you'll see he's actually got ranged doubles and then ranged linkers.
Oh,
so
geez.
at full distance, he can pull combos.
So he's bringing you in.
Yeah, well, but he has the option to bring you in or pull you out. So the light punch doubles will push you away. So here you see him pushing you away.
So you're pretty much corner beating them down.
Or, if you want to be a little more aggressive, here you see Rich bringing them in, and then you go into normal combo. So you've got an option, like, again, it's all about controlling space with Glacius. Do you want to push him away, bring him in? The choice is up to you if you're sort of playing more aggressive or, a little more casually.
Cool. Jeez. That does look really neat. Like,
the
just
ice
visually.
constructs are just amazing. Like, I love the way the lance breaks apart. Like, just see the little ice crystals. There's the shadow hail. Like, just make it snow, baby. Make it snow.
So what about his instinct?
So his instinct is really special. It's basically ice armor. So when I enact it, because
his grab like pushes you way away.
Well, it's just great for a zoning character, right? So, like, real quick, we should almost full screen away.
Yeah.
Another thing that's cool, very unique to Glacius, is if we're in the corner, I can throw and continue into combo.
Oh, nice.
So you can corner a combo off the throw. Sorry, so we were talking about instinct mode.
Yeah.
His instinct mode is ice armor. So let me just enact it and take a look.
Oh, I just noticed his hands.
Like, look at that sheet of ice that forms over him, and then it'll absorb one hit.
Oh, okay.
So if he does another lance or something, boom, and I'm still not in a hit stun. So
so he throws them at you. You can easily counter that.
so like the cold shoulder becomes godlike, when you've got that. Throws really good also. So what's interesting is, like, we want instinct mode to affect and change the way people play with their characters. And with Glacius, that definitely happens, right? Like, normally you're trying to create space, you're throwing hails to protect yourself, you're being very defensive. But the second you put on instinct mode, it's like a game changer. Now you're like, oh, now I want to be close, I want to get up close, and sort of bring the brawl to you.
God, just seeing Rich use him in action, like, it reminds me of, like, the old Glacius. I know you've changed some of the inputs, but you definitely see that original character influence.
Counter hit.
All right. Is there anything else you want to talk about?
One other little thing, and just so we cover all the moves, he's got one more. Oh, look at that puddle punch, Jago. He's got one more command normal. It's back heavy punch. It's sort of the icicle. It's a great anti-air. And you can also, if I jump in on Rich, you'll see you can also follow up on it. Oh, I just died, but you can lance and do other combos off it. So it's a great way to sort of punish people who predictably jump in.
Cool. What's that orb he's making?
That's the sort of end, him sort of forming his power and victory.
Oh, okay.
We gotta show his taunt
Oh.
outside. There it is, forming it.
That's him saying, I'm going to win.
Yes.
Yeah, cool. Rich is just showing off now, doing 24%ers. Can he do a godlike, you think? Huh?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah?
Easily.
He's nodding his head, yes. That was a 40% 22 hit combo. That was nice.
Yeah, he hits hard, man. He hits hard.
So, how much attention did you pay to the percentages you'll let people get with their regular combos? Like, you got the bars that, like, tells you where you're at percentage-wise and everything.
You mean percentages in terms of damage?
Yeah, so that was like 40% damage.
So in
I noticed a lot of people are maxing out around 40%.
Yeah, in general, what we're going for is maximum around 30% if you don't use shadow meter, and then every shadow bar you use will add 10%. So you can get to about 50% if you use both meters. But obviously, you have to do an extremely easy to break combo to do that. So it's going to be tough to get that off in competitive play.
Yeah. Rich, you gonna try and do a godlike before you kill him? All right.
Or just go into the ultra, baby.
Yeah. Godlike with the ultra.
Oh no.
35.
35.
All right,
Nice.
all right. Well, of course, we need to come back for one more thing.
Okay.
That Ultra.
All
Let's see what we got.
Let's do it.
We got this.
Who's the best Glacius player in the office?
I might be Rich, man. He's
Yeah?
got the tech down. He's got the
No
tech down.
pressure, Rich.
I would say
pressure.
John Batista, who's the designer, who sort of did most of the design work on this character, is really good with them. He's great at zoning, great at space control.
Rich is talking a little smack about his coworker. and his
Hey,
captain.
I might hit back if you're
I
not
know my own
careful.
combos. Call this the holiday special.
The holiday.
Oh, nice.
This is the holiday special. That's what Rich is calling it.
Holiday.
Because it starts off with the hail
Yeah.
into.
Oh, let's show that one here. Could you be so kind to block?
Oh,
So Dave's blocking a little bit to build
Alright,
some.
come closer. Alright, let's start with it unblocked. Alright, this one. This is the Popeye.
Okay, the
This
Popeye.
is the
the
Popeye.
pop icon. I love the ice constructs on the heavy.
I love that bounce.
Yeah,
Ooh,
That's Popeye.
40%.
first
killer.
character with a ground bounce, by the way.
Nice. First character, so there's going to be more.
Well, there's going to be more characters, I'll tell you
With
that.
ground bounces?
Potentially.
All right.
Oh, it's almost ultra time.
All right.
I'm going to give you. All right, let's see it.
All right, Rich. What do you got? Let's see your Ultra.
Alright. I'm not even trying to do the ball bounce. Here, let's stop.
Oh, is that the start of it?
No, not yet. That's
Oh.
still just shadow. That's the shadow puddle punch.
All right.
That's
Oh,
the start
there's
of
the
it.
Ultra. I recognize the music.
And notice the engines on the ship.
Yeah. Firing up in the
Cancels,
background.
goes back into combo.
Okay. Like that puddle punch.
Back into ultra. And now, this is the tricky part. How is he going to style after the launch?
Oh, he
drops it.
He drops it.
I'm happy
That was
with
pretty nice.
87 hit Ultra with Glacius. Thank you guys so much for showing us all these characters. And for more on Killer Instinct, we'll be covering it still, so keep it locked on IGN.